Steve Wortman, 35, and I've pretty much eaten pretty bad my whole life. I tried working out and doing it on my own. Realizing finally I needed a change. Tried doing diets with my wife and supporting her in that step of her time that she wanted to do it. But as soon as she was done, I was like, okay, I'm done too, because I didn't like it. I had things I didn't like to give up, my cookies, my snacks, my ice cream. Going through this process, I've been able to moderate them or cut them out. And like I told you before, it was like a miracle. I didn't think that could be done. The 4 weeks I've had 2 bowls of ice cream, which is very little compared to what I used to have. I told you about tried the cupcakes a couple weeks in, and that was so not satisfying that it was exciting. And I don't have any desire to eat those. It's kind of like straight sugar snacks that I can stay away from those. And it's been a big mind transformation. My diet's changed, and in 3 weeks to lose 15 pounds on straight diet is pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't mind looking in the mirror, seeing myself get skinnier. It's not bad. I'm not afraid of the scale. I'll check it every few days, and not that it was a fear, but that fear's gone. It's like you're not scared to see it because this is working. So
yeah. And a couple of things to expand upon, which I love, because I remember that story about the cupcake. Could you kind of expand upon that a little bit? How when you ate it and you're like, wow, this is really working, and just whatever it was, because that was a really neat story.
Like I told you, we would always have those little Debbie's or those vending machine cupcakes that we get at Sam's Club in the house for the kids for lunches and whatnot. And I enjoyed eating them for lunch as well. We were at a spot where my wife would buy a box or 2 for myself until the next grocery trip so I could have them. And so we started, and I was taking a conscious effort, also subconsciously, to not eat that stuff. And then one weekend, I was playing a whole bunch of hockey games within 30 hours. I'm like, I'm burning a lot of calories, and I kind of wanted to test myself and see what would happen if I would falter, if it stuck, and kind of forced myself to eat one, which was, before it's like, it's kind of hoarding them in a way. And it was the last package in the house, and I took it, I ate it, and there was zero satisfaction from eating these 2 cupcakes. And the taste was still good. I was like, okay. But I was like, when I was done, I was like, it did nothing for me. And I was like, I would have been better off with a glass of water or fruit or something. And I was kind of sad that I ate it. And so it really worked, and it was quite something.
Yeah. The other thing you said, has there been any, you and I have talked about this off camera a lot, has there been any like white knuckling it? Like, has it been easy to make these changes? That's that's to where if this is going to work long term, it's got to be something you can just do without struggling, and that's the biggest indicator I feel.
Yeah, week 1 I came in and told you it was fairly easy, and right away you're like, okay, you're not white knuckling. And I said no. I can open the cupboard where the snacks are and not go after them. I just don't care. And we've changed our snacks that my wife and I eat. Not that we're eating completely healthy, but we're eating better, and it's a good change. I think it's a good transition. And but no, when you start seeing change, your energy goes up. 35, I'd still find zits. And my face is cleared up too because I'm not eating as much sugar, I think, and that's kind of a nice little side effect.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's white knuckling hasn't been there. I didn't tell you, except for yesterday a little bit because I was so mad at my son. I wanted something, but we didn't have anything that I wanted. Like, I'm staying away from their stuff, and I didn't even want to go after that, which before I would have. And I was wanting ice cream, but I wouldn't leave the house to get it. And I ended up having, I think, a couple pretzels pretzel sticks like that big, and some fruit, some cantaloupe, and that was, you know, at the end of it, I mean, I was very mad at him. So, but after having the cantaloupe, and I want to say I had that at like 8:15, and that's the latest I've eaten in a while. It was a better decision. I wish I had it sooner, but yeah, it's become a lot easier, and I'm not binging. I'm not going after the junk food like I used to. So it's been a big transformation for me.
That's cool. That's cool. Anything else you want to add? Anything else about the program you noticed in particular, or just any last minute, you know, comments? That I can't even think of a question. You've been very thorough, and I appreciate all the comments.
No problem. I would highly recommend this to anybody. It's very comfortable. It's very easy. You know, there's not a lot of work on your part, or my part. I get to sit in a chair and listen to you.
And at any point, did you bark like a dog or cluck like a chicken?
Not that I'm aware of. But no, you know, you're awake the whole time, so no,
Right.
I didn't do that.
Right.
And you know, you leave feeling so relaxed and so good. But I've already recommended you to somebody who her husband needs to lose some weight. I don't think he's at a spot where he wants to do it, so he hasn't. I don't think he's called you yet. But you know, people are like, is it good to do that with your mind? Like, you're awake and you're able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I go, but it's really worked for me, and I really think if you want to change, and you need help with changing your cravings, this will work for you too. So this is probably the strongest recommendation I would give a place to help you with your eating habits, and possibly anything else. I mean, this is what I was struggling with, so this is why I'm here, and it's changed me in the last 3 weeks, and I'm looking forward to changing the rest of my life. So.